everyone, welcome to day 7 of the holiday card series for 2013. I'm starting out today's card with some 120 pound cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. This is the ultra thick cardstock that's great for card bases when you're going to be using Copic colors directly on the card base, which is what I'm doing today. So I'm going to be using a stamp set from the Greeting Farm. It's called Anya, Holiday Anya 3, and I'm going to have her kind of peeking out of this circle window. So first I'm cutting the circle window with a circle die, and my cutting plates are really used, really dirty, you can tell. So I just put down a sheet of just copy paper in between that plate and my project because I wanted to make sure that the white card base stayed really clean. So I just scored that, but I am going to kind of work with it open for a while. So I scored that. You can see there's a window right there, and I'm using a pencil and outlining where that window is. And that's because I need to know exactly where to stamp Anya on the inside. And I'm using Desert Sand Memento ink. I'm going to do some no line coloring on the inside of the card and then have a transparency with a black stamped version of that same stamp over top, and it'll make more sense as we get going here. But I'm just stamping this in Desert Sand. It's a really nice pale color, perfect for no line coloring, and just stamped it once. Didn't need to stamp it off or anything. It's light enough that you can use it at full strength. Use my pencil to erase any of those lines that I used from the circle to get spacing just right. And then here's that window plastic or transparency. This is actually plastic from an old background stamp that I've already put in my new storage pocket system, so I didn't need it. So I just kept a whole bunch of these clear plastic sheets. I'm using StazOn Jet Black ink, and StazOn is the ink you want to use if you're going to be stamping on a slick surface, like a transparency like here, or if it's going to be on some glossy surface like glossy cardstock or something like that, you want to use StazOn. So now I'm going to do some coloring with Copic markers, and I'm going to speed this up because it was like 40 minutes long and turn on some music for you guys. that coloring's done, I'm going to place that transparency over top. You can sort of get an idea of what it would look like if I had stamped it in black ink. Cut that transparency down to a size that worked on the card, and then applied some Tombow Mono Multi Glue right around the edge of that transparency. Then I took some glue around the edge of the circle window. This is going to make sure that it's adhered perfectly. Once I have that, I'll close it down over the top, and that makes it so that it will always match up, like the black lined image will always match up over the colored image. I held that down for, oh, I don't know, 20 seconds until it kind of dried. You can kind of see how it looks. We're going to cover up the inside now. I just have some pattern paper from Doodlebug. And in order to get that, I should have actually like cut the window out of the red before adhering the transparency, but that's okay. I made it work. I put that die right there in the center of that window and had some washi tape or some masking tape like facing up, and then put my pattern paper down and ran it through my die cutting machine. And now I have the circle in the perfect spot. So I just adhered that with some tape runner adhesive. At the same time, I also cut a little circle frame that's going to go on the front of the card to kind of offset that image. And I adhered that by putting a little bit of Tombow Mono Glue right on that frame and then adhering it straight to the front of the card and pressing it down gently with my fingertips. That just finishes off the front of the card. I corner chomped the bottom corners of the card with my 1/2 inch corner chomper. And then I brought in the sentiment stamp. This is Merry Everything from Simon Says Stamp. And I wanted to use the 3 words because they fit really well on the card, but I wanted them in separate ink colors. So I cut them apart and then stamped Peace in Memento Luxe Love Letter. I stamped Love in Memento Luxe Pistachio, and then Joy in Memento Luxe Gray Flannel. And these words actually changed like the... what's the word? Like the order, like on the original stamp, it was Peace, Joy, Love. And then when I stamped it here, I did Peace, Love, Joy. So I used the sentiment from that same stamp set with some VersaFine ink on the inside of the card. And you'll notice that on that Joy stamp, I got a little bit of that gray ink. I'll fix that here in a minute. In the meantime, I'm using this star punch from EK Success. I believe this is called Starry Night. It punches out a bunch of little stars. And I adhered those down to the front of the card using some Tombow Mono Multi Glue. And I used my Lifestyle Crafts little quick pick thing or stick thing. I can't remember what it's called. But supplies will be listed down below. Coated the red stars with some Christmas red stickles. And I was almost done with the card, but then I decided I wanted to clean up that gray ink around the word joy. So then I took my white gel pen and just kind of covered it up a little bit. It didn't cover it up completely, but it was enough that it wasn't super obvious that that ink had kind of overstamped. So that is the card for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys on Friday. I have 3 more videos for you guys to check out today, and they are the 3 previous years of the holiday card series, all day 7 for each one. The first one is 2012, the one in the center is 2011, and the last one is 2010. So if you need more holiday card inspiration, be sure to check those out. If you loved this video and you want to see more, give it a thumbs up down below. You can also hit the subscribe button in the top corner, and you can visit my blog at kwernerdesign.com to see all the supplies and little tips and tricks and things like that. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Pinterest. And thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you on Friday.